to show you something. This is Forbes magazine, and then there's a place called Goldline Research, and what Goldline Research does is they find the best people around the country for different things, and it's independent. You can't buy into it. It's an independent evaluation. They have financial planners in this edition, along with LASIK eye surgeons, and if you look down on the list, you're going to see Dr. John Dishler, and there is a graphic of that representation. Dr. John Dishler. You know, people from all over the country come, including Paula's mom, I think, came from Oklahoma. Right. And people come to Dr. Dishler because he's one of the pioneers, and that makes him sound old, but he's not. And he's also even has a laser named after him. And he has a giant, beautiful facility in the tech center. And I love going there. And it's at 8400 East Prentice, and it's a beautiful facility. And I went through that because I thought I needed a touch-up, and he fixed my eyes with no touch-up. I just needed some things to make my eyes more moist. It's amazing what you do. You do way more than LASIK. And you have with us a special guest.
Absolutely, a very special guest. Good friend of mine, Dr. Tim Bauer from Aspen, Colorado.
Aspen.
Aspen.
What a beautiful place to be from.
It's not a bad place to be from.
And what do you do in Aspen?
We take care of primarily the locals, doing routine eye care there, doing glasses, contact lenses, glaucoma, cataracts, and of course laser eye surgery for patients that want it and need it.
And when you have people who need LASIK surgery, what do you do?
We bring them to our office so we can do a consultation with them to see if they're a good candidate or not, if they qualify or not. And of course, if at that point they do qualify to be a good patient, we set them up with Dr. Dishler's office down in Denver here. And after we've set the date up to have the surgery done, we set up a time to have the patient come back for a pre- and post-operative evaluation. The pre-op examination is an hour-long exam about a week before that they come in. And then, of course, they come down to Denver, get the laser surgery done, and then we do the follow-up care back in the Aspen area.
Now, Dr. Bauer's known you for what, 15 years or more?
15 years, yep. In fact, he's even had the LASIK done himself when we first met, and we're both younger then, but he still sees really well, and it really helps. We've had a number of doctors that have come in and had this done, but Dr. Bauer has sent so many patients to us, and it's a real honor, of course, to get people from Aspen can go anywhere.
Right.
They're picky. They're, you know, a lot of high-end people, and so to have, he sent literally hundreds of patients to us.
The top referring physician or top referring eye doctor. I want to know this. When you send people, what is the feedback?
You know, they all come back. You know, I always ask them, one of the first questions I ask them when they come back for their follow-up is, you know, not only how is your eyes, you know, how well do you see and are they comfortable, but how was your experience at Dr. Dishler's office? And there's a reason that we send patients to Dr. Dishler. You know, he's an extension of our office. And that's why we align ourselves with Dr. Dishler's office, because for 15 years it's been going great, and the success has been great. The technology is fantastic, and Dr. Dishler is great himself with the patients.
Now, let's talk about that. This is there are several ways of getting LASIK done. You can go see Dr. Dishler directly if you're in the area, but you have many referring doctors like Dr. Bauer. How does it work? Can you explain to people who have their own eye doctors and they like them?
I would say go to your own eye doctor and talk to them and ask them who they recommend. Chances are they'll at least put us on their short list of people to see. Or mention
Dr. Dishler.
Right. This is the modern health care where we do the part that we do the best, which is the surgery, and people like Dr. Bauer, he knows the patients, he knows them well, and he can provide pre- and post-operative care to them in a way that's very personal and very tailored to their needs. If they have dry eyes, he can treat that. If they have other considerations, he can take care of that.
So you don't have to lose your doctor to go see Dr. Dishler.
And it doesn't cost any extra. They can see Dr. Bauer, see us. It's actually more efficient. It costs less for the patients that way, and they just have a great experience that way, where they don't have to give up one doctor to come see us.
It's called co-management.
Co-management, right.
Co-management of patients, where you take care of your patients as you always have, and Dr. Dishler will take care of the surgery. Now, of course, if you don't have an eye doctor and you find yourself not seeing as well, you want to go directly to Dr. Dishler, that's possible too. Of course, they have eye doctors on staff that can take care of you. And if you want to see Dr. Bauer, let's give some information about Dr. Bauer here. You have in Aspen, what is it called? Carbondale Vision Source in Aspen?
Yeah, I own actually 2 offices. One's in Aspen and one's in Carbondale.
Okay.
So they're separated by about 35 miles. I have 2 other doctors that work with me. And so we have the one office in Aspen called Aspen Vision Source.
Okay, Aspen Vision Source and Carbondale Vision Source.
Carbondale Vision Source.
Okay, cool.
So 2 locations.
Okay, 2. It's either Aspen or Carbondale Vision Source. And Aspen 970-925-3020. 970-925-3020. And Carbondale it's 970-963-8286. And you get a free consultation. You give free consultations.
Yeah, so if somebody doesn't know if they're even a candidate, we just tell them to come into our office and we'll set up a 10 or 15-minute evaluation to come in and see me. Some of the patients I already know, so I can tell them right off the bat. And other patients, we do a few tests on them just to see if we think that they're a good candidate. And then, of course, we go from there.
Now, this is a great offer from Dr. Dishler's office, the lowest guaranteed price, custom all LASIK. When we say that, we mean it. If you look at what you're getting with the technology you're getting, you will get the lowest guaranteed price, custom, all laser LASIK, $400 off, and that's $400 off the already lowest and best price. Here's the code. Martino31. Now, what does that mean, the code? Do they have to go online and enter that code?
No, when they call, make their appointment, they
just
have
say
to mention
Martino31.
That's right, so that they get that special pricing from seeing your show.
Okay, to get that offer, you have to mention Martino31. So if they say, how did you hear from us? Martino31. Now, remember, also, 24 months, 0% interest. That expires December 31st, this entire offer. So please call, use the code Martino31, $400 off the already lowest price for what you get. And that includes all pre-care, that includes the surgery and all post-care, whether you use Dr. Dishler or one of the referring physicians. Is that right?
That's right. Dr. Bauer or anybody else. And flex dollars are very important to think about this time of year.
Right. To put away that you can get this done pre-tax.
Right. And people have to find out if they're a candidate. So it's very important. Get in before the end of the year so they know if they should put these dollars away or not.
And if you put the dollars away, then you get them pre-tax, and it saves you a bunch of money.
Absolutely.
All right. Paula.